Going live. I've got to put Twitch up. Got to make sure OBS is on. Okay, there we go. So we're going live now.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. Here we are, E3 2018 from the Twitch studios, and we're going to be talking to some people from Bandai Namco, and we're going to be talking about Code Vein.
Wait, what?
Tell you, people like
so these guys are talking about Code Vein instead of limited run stuff that's going on at the moment.
I'm joined by
I wonder if they've got.
And Terry, and we're going to go through. We got some.
I wonder if they've got anything on YouTube for this.
And all kinds of stuff. How you guys doing?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Excellent, excellent.
Because at the moment on Twitch, they're going over, you know, just some base stuff.
Alright. Well, what's that guy doing with all that paper?
Making notes, probably. Making notes, taking time.
Alright.
I'm trying to find a stream from 2018. It says it's live, but
Code Vein is generally what we say is a dying game because you have to die a lot in the game because of the difficulty.
I can't see any streams that really
originated from Japan.
Show it off.
Using the kind of taste that we use a lot.
Apparently it begins in 13 minutes. I have no clue where people are getting this info or anything. I'm still like looking at the you know, the stuff from Square Enix. People are still annoyed by it. Oh my god. People get really salty when nothing new showed off.
Well, if you've got nothing new, you can't do anything about it, can you? You just got to show what you've got.
Absolutely, and that was you actually like.
So let's see. This is watch here. Let's see.
Story and lore, because for a lot of games like this, you pick up items or something like that. It has like a little lore. I'm wondering how.
So the main feed at the moment is on Twitch, but GameSpot have one going on. Hang on.
Target 1. Target 2.
Okay, so Ubisoft might, not Ubisoft, sorry. GameSpot looks like it's going to have a better stream that's more accurate, so let's just switch over quickly for anyone that's currently watching. Sorry about the inconvenience, just for the moment. There we go, so if I put this back on now, we got Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Basically, this is the Ubisoft pre-show, but I actually think they might be showing off limited run stuff as well, because GameSpot have been really good for showing off the stuff that's actually supposed to be on the timetable that I've got. Here's where it's going to be hilarious, and it's not anything to do with it, and it just ends up with me showing off Ubisoft stuff. Honestly, Limited Run seem to be someone who work a lot with like indie developers and things, so this is the chance that we'd actually get to see newer stuff that's totally unique, which I'm happy about. I just hope that the whole thing that I've got here is right, and that within 13 minutes we're gonna see some stuff from Limited Run instead of it all being the Ubisoft pre-show. At the moment, they're just going over the history of Assassin's Creed here. They're up to, is this Unity? No, Syndicate.
Here are all the good Assassin games. Weren't they good?
Hey, they're going over the movie as well. Yeah, Origins was pretty good. I watched Jen play Origins.
Alright, well I've heard some mixed messages, particularly Origins being a bit very badly in terms of performance and optimization.
I don't know.
I mean, that's what I've heard.
We played it on the Xbox One, or at least Jen did, and I watched it, and it didn't seem too bad.
At least it'll work on that.
Hang on, Jen, did you play it on the Xbox or PlayStation? Oh, it might have been the PlayStation, but either way, it didn't seem to be sort of bad. We got like a couple of bugs, but that was about it. You get bugs with everything now.
Yeah. What do you mean now? You've always been getting bugs?
Yeah, but I mean like it was less obvious when it was like the Genesis and the Dreamcast, you know. Like for instance, this isn't me just being jaded or anything or having rose-tinted glasses, but honestly, I never found any bugs to do in like the older Sonic games, even though everybody else finds them until Sonic 06. Sonic 06 was the one where if you didn't know there were bugs in games, it was bloody obvious with that one. It was like I was filming footage for it just a couple of months back, and I was playing, you know, the snow level. I'm trying to remember.
Kind of. I think the closest I've been to was like the multiplayer ones. I've not really played the game. I've not played the single player that much. I've not even got past the first level.
So basically, there's a snow level later on. I can't remember the actual names of the levels, but you do a bit of snowboard and everything else like you normally do in, say, Ice Cap or whatever. And I came off one jump on the snowboard, clipped through the geometry because I hit it at a funny angle and went straight through the floor. I was just like, what? It was kind of weird. It was like I landed between the floor and a mountain, so where the seam of the geometry meets each other, where the mountain basically connects to the floor, and instead I went straight through that seam and just fell straight into a void. Just like, what is going on here? Oh, here we go. Rainbow Six Siege. Are you watching the same stream at the moment?
Comeback, an appropriate name.
Yeah, you're watching the same stream.
Also, I love that
Hot Girl
appropriate
Real Life.
username, Hot Girl IRL. Yeah.
I know, right? That's the first thing that you see. It's like, what is going on here? If I remember rightly, Siege wasn't very well received at first, and then they changed it, and it ended up being quite well received afterwards, but I can't remember what changes they made to it.
Well, despite it being well received, I've heard plenty of bad stories about how every update just seems to break it more and more, or get worse and worse. Like, they even came out with something called Operation Health that was supposed to address all the bugs, but it didn't.
It's okay, it's fine, you know, it's, nobody will notice. Day one patch, you know.
No one will notice that a particular character called Ash hasn't got a proper hitbox on her head.
Oh god.
So you can't get headshots.
Yeah, you can't get headshots at all.
Well, I think it's just deemed stupidly impossible. I think it's like a small part that you just can't seem to aim, but can't seem to hit.
What the hell is going on here?
I suspect that was supposed to be a meme, because that game's just full of it. Like, maybe not like good memes. I can probably think they might be a bit on the weak side because they're just specific. But you know, things like one of the characters in the trailer said fucking laser sights in his British accent.
That bridge with the cars on it looks a little bit familiar. All it needs is to be on fire now and have a couple of APCs on it. It could be any other game at this point. Wink, wink. Yeah, it basically is just like the announcer saying here. It's just Overwatch, but Rainbow Six Siege, well, Rainbow Six Edition.
Lastly, there's the unfortunate story of the game's launch. Server issues plagued its first few weeks, while a thin supply of maps and characters meant it was widely overlooked. It had the skeleton of a great game, but its bones were brittle and almost ready to break. But here's the thing: Ubisoft Montreal didn't give up. It rolled out patches.
It's going to be interesting to see what Ubisoft bring out. What do you reckon? Another Rayman game?
I don't know actually. I've not heard
Rayman
anything
or
about the
Raving Rabbits.
Rayman games for a while. I guess they might, because it seems to be the year where we're getting new updates to sequels.
I also think that this is going out on a limb as well. I also think we might get something to do with Splinter Cell in there, just because of how they did Splinter Cell DLC for the one of the latest Ghost Recon games, and they included the Sam character from Splinter Cell in it. That's really far-reaching, mind you, but we got that. I'm just trying to remember what else Ubisoft do. Let's think. They're most well known for Rayman and the Raving Rabbits, but they've done Ghost Recon. They've done Splinter Cell. They've done Rainbow Six.
Wait for Operation Health, a maintenance period
Trying to remember what else they've done quite a few things. Ubisoft are responsible for Assassin's Creed, right? Right, so we might. It's about, I'd say 50-50 on a new Assassin's Creed, because they have to bring one out each year.
Siege also provides an array of buying a $30 yearly pass. But unlike games such as Battlefront 2 or Fortnite, Rainbow Six Siege
Trying to think.
isn't built around this progression system at all. It is a deep,
There-
intricate game with potential for
It's going to be interesting seeing what they bring to the table, because I don't like with Devolver, I don't have any expectation for them, and that's when they can really pull off some interesting stuff.
They rely mainly on their progression aspects to keep players hooked. When they don't have solid mission and level design as a foundation to start from, people take notice. They get bored. They play other games. This may sound obvious, but I think a huge reason Siege is thriving is because it is a thrilling game in itself. It's deep, complex, and forgiving.
Thing is, we've been going for 10 minutes now, and the limited run stream was is meant to be on in like another 3 minutes, 2 minutes now.
I could not say the same
I'm
for
hoping I've got the right stream here.
or Battlefront 2. Siege
It's really awkward. They don't go off. Well, they look like they're going off it, but if they don't go off it now, the same time table that I'm using, that's going to be really awkward.
Characters, 18 defensive operators, and most importantly, no respawns. Every little action could mean eventual victory or sudden doom. Take this match, for example. I'm using Valkyrie, a Navy SEAL known for her portable cameras that the defensive team can cycle
I'm just having a look at the rest of the stuff that's going on here at the moment while we're waiting.
As the match continues, however, a teammate shows me something new. I can shred the upper part of a wall, toss one of my cameras into the gap, and now I can see 2 full rooms with no sheetrock in the way. I double my field of view with a trick I never considered before. Of course, in this match it didn't really help me because my teammates...
So yeah, they're just on about Rainbow Six at the moment, like
But anyway,
crazy.
trick regardless. Here's a bigger picture example. One of my favorite
That's an interesting
operators,
tactic,
IQ,
with the
uses a
camera
device that can
placement.
scan for
Yeah.
electronic objects through
That's gonna
walls,
piss off a
floors,
lot
and
of people.
ceilings. It's super
Well,
useful
it'll
against
piss off the
characters
ones
such
that
as
are on the
Jaeger and
receiving
Bandit,
end.
heroes with defensive gadgets that make life harder for any attacking team. But on House, a map set in a serene suburb, IQ's scanning device becomes even more useful. Most of the walls, floors, and ceilings are made of wood, and so you can destroy defensive objects easier with bullet penetration. By gauging the scenario, selecting the right operator, and using her device to the fullest, I help my team to a tense victory. And in a game that almost demands communication among teammates, Rainbow Six Siege has a community that's oddly willing to embrace
So
newcomers.
tonight
There are definitely
we'll have
elitist
gone
players who
through-
look down on newbies, but I've also seen countless
Let's turn
videos
this
of
down.
people being
So
guided
tonight
through
we've
their
got
first few
Square
matches,
Enix,
learning the
or
ins
we
and
have
outs of
had Square
environmental
Enix,
destruction and bomb
Ubisoft,
defusal.
and
Now,
Sony
here's
all in
the
one
best
go.
part of all this, and I think this is
That's
the secret to
that's
why
one hell of a
Rainbow Six
lineup
Siege continues to grow.
for day
If you started
3.
playing
And then we got
Siege today,
Nintendo
it
tomorrow.
would not feel like a 2-year-old
Oh,
title.
nice.
The game has been
Nintendo's gonna be good, but that's at
continually
like, I
updated to
think
remain
6
relevant. It
PM
has a
British
welcoming
time.
community willing to teach newcomers, and there are millions of other rookies also going through the same learning
I'm honestly
process
hoping
as you.
GameSpot switches over really soon, because it's supposed to be the limited run stream now.
We live in a time when games are
And
often
it's
more
just going on about
consumed
Ubisoft, hang on.
than discrete experiences. Destiny, Warframe, and Overwatch all follow this ethos. But for a game to truly pull it off, despite its mediocre start, is something truly amazing to see.
Trying to see if I
could go on
can
forever, but I just want to say that I
find
think
anything.
Rainbow Six Siege
Ah,
is
there
a
we go.
combination of
Conference
many things
begins
I love about modern
on
games.
on Twitch.
It
They've
has
got
a
their own
diverse
Twitch.
cast, a thriving community, and it's built for emergent situations like the ones I mentioned above. It's one of
Right,
those
so what I'm
games
going to
where
do is I'm going to post this
discovering
Twitch
uncharted
link,
depths every
and then we'll
time
switch
you
over
play.
to it now.
It's been a long road since its shaky launch. But
Alright.
now there's no question.
My god, I'm glad I actually got that then. That was incredibly close. So for anyone that's just arrived, this is Limited Run Games Conference. We're going to be doing a bit of commentary over the top. If you don't like that kind of thing, or you're not watching it at the same time, then I suggest you stay away from the video. Here we go, conference is beginning. You got that one loaded?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what they've got on offer then.
Rated RP2M.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Limited Run Games press conference for E3 2018, broadcasting live from the Limited Run Auditorium in Apex, North Carolina.
Wow, that's a very MT stage.
I think this is rendered. It looks heavily rendered when you look at it, especially because of what they're showing.
Yeah.
Are they literally pulling a Kansai Drifto here?
But you gotta love that lighting when one of the doors doesn't look like it matches the lighting next to the body.
They literally just pulled an initial D, taking the absolute piss out of it there. Loving that intro with the 2D auditorium.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Josh Fairhurst, the co-founder and CEO of Limited Run Game.
And I'm Douglas Bogart, co-founder and COO. Get hyped, everybody!
Get hyped, everybody. First off, I'd like to start by thanking
They're trying to outdo a certain DD.
God damn it.
everyone who came out to attend.
There we go. I hate it
when
when
we
it buffers.
started out, we never thought we'd be filling up auditoriums with people excited for our releases. And of course, thank you to everyone online who's watching. Before we get to the section of the show where we announce upcoming releases and other shocking reveals, I'd like to talk a little bit about what we do for those in the audience that don't already know what we do. After that, I want to take a look to the past at what's been accomplished since we got started back in the fall of 2015. Limited Run Games is a publisher that releases small single-issue print runs, typically in the 2,000 to 10,000 copy range, of previously released digital-only titles, but we make those physical. We do this because one day, all of these digital games will be removed from the servers they currently reside on. These games deserve physical preservation, and you, the players, deserve permanent ownership. To date, we've produced over 160 physical game releases. We started out with standard edition Vita and PlayStation 4 packages, but we gradually added collector's editions, vinyl soundtracks, PC games, and other types of goodies to our lineup. This year, we've added another new platform to our regular schedule, the Nintendo Switch. Starting out with Terrible Toy Box's fantastic adventure game, Thimbleweed Park.
Now that the company-related backstory is done, let's get the show started with our first of many highly requested games. You may have noticed our drive to the stage at the start of the show, but in this Nintendo Switch exclusive, you'll be doing an entirely different kind of drive.
Golf Story.
Okay, I'm liking this. I didn't know that they do physical releases. I'm really liking this company already now, because I didn't do much research before this, but I like the idea that they're taking digital-only stuff and making physical copies of it, just so that you have a backup of it when the servers go down.
Who plays golf where you hit the ball that sets on fire when you just go right through the fireplace? It's ridiculous.
Hey, it's another way of making it interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, there's a crocodile there. You just ate the ball? That's something you don't expect.
Welcome to the stage, Limited Run's Shadi El Haddad.
Hope you're all looking forward to Golf Story. This next game was in the works for years and years before it finally graced the digital storefronts earlier this year. Luckily, you won't have to wait that long to get a copy of it in your hands. Let's take a look at developer.
What, somebody just put in chat, is this VR chat?
Yeah.
No, I'm hoping they do something like this with Scott Pilgrim the World.
Well, it says PS Vita, so Vita's still getting games.
Yeah, it's still getting games, just not first party. on one weakness in video games. If it has pixel graphics, explosions, and it looks pretty damn decent in terms of an art style, I just fall for it instantly. What's that? Yeah, no, right? It's just making me want to buy more stuff. My backlog's gonna get ridiculously huge. I really like the look of this art style. It looks really neat. I know it's just pixel stuff, but the amount of detail and color in it looks fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the music for it's very chiptune-y.
Little doggy.
Next up, we have our two spine-tingly-dingly horror games from Polish developer Bloober Team. The first one will be launching on PS4, the second on Switch, both releasing during our Spooky Games month in October.
Lazarski, you there?
Dispatch, I got an emergency here.
No.
Can anyone hear me?
This has already got me attention. I don't even know what this is.
The year is 2084. If they told me what the world would become, I would not have believed them. KPD? Anyone in there? I am what they fear. A corporate tool of oppression. If you don't remember, if you won't remember, that's when they call me. To access you. To gather evidence. To dredge up whatever's hiding in the darkest corners of your mind. My name is Daniel Lazarski.
Oh.
I'm an observer.
Is that Anthony Hopkins?
See, that final image kind of gave me that similar vibe to Soma.
A little bit.
Yeah.
This house is absolutely
Oh,
amazing.
Layers of Fear. I've seen this for a while.
How about that smile? All right. The undercoat should be dry by now. It's time to get to work.
Hang on, I thought Layers of Fear was already released, or was this...
Hello?
Like a complete...
speaking.
I have no clue. Jim, was this already released?
Ugh?
I'm sure I've seen YouTubers play this game before.
You ordered a true portrait, so that's what I painted. The clock struck 1. Horror ran down.
Whatever you do, don't answer the door. Seriously, that would look really cool. I've never seen that before. I'm behind with all my games.
Oh god.
Oh god. They're playing All-Star, the MIDI version.
Really gives you the heebie-jeebies, doesn't it?
Oh, you should see chat. Everyone shouting Shrek, gay, and some like rainbow emojis. Well, I say rainbow. The rainbow style. You got what's his face, Kappa, and Uganda Knuckles, but in rainbow.
Heavy in chat says this is also the best conference so far. I don't know, man. The Devolver one was fantastic. Why does this remind me of Flight of the Navigator a little bit?
This is a VR title. How does this work?
I have no clue. Oh, that's not creepy at all.
It feels like one of those, if you can't play Wipeout VR, this you might handle either.
Yeah, I imagine this is going to be insane in VR, especially if it's got like third-person mode.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to confirm this one for a very long time, and I'm sure many of you out there have as well. This will be our first localization project, and we'll be bringing it to PS4 and Vita. It brings me great joy to finally announce this, and I hope you're just as excited as me.
Oh, we gotta love that 4x3 trailer.
So for anyone who's in chat who's wondering what's going on, they do a lot of physical releases for digital games. That's why you might see older games now that are actually just getting physical releases.
Question is, how many discs will we expect on GTA?
God knows.
That game's getting so fucking massive. I think I read somewhere it was like 8.
I have no clue what this even is. The artwork looks nice though.
Okay, that was a bit too quick, that text. Like, I couldn't even read the first.
Yeah, some of the text is like really super fast.
Yeah.
You have to basically be reading it like the moment it comes on. This is why, when you're making trailers, it's always good to time it based on your level of reading, but then slow it down just slightly. So if you read through something at kind of a slow pace, and you can read it fine, then guaranteed that most of the audience will be able to read it as well, not sort of just throw it on screen and then immediately fade it out.
It's just sort of trying to pull your interest in. Oh, house in Morga.
Let's have a look. The house in Fate Faith and Morgana. A gothic suspense story. So that's going to be like a, not a picture book or a, yeah, it's going to be a visual novel.
Oh god.
Reintroducing to the stage.
Why has he got all the meme stuff going on? We got X-Files now.
This next set of games is for a group of fans who made us into what we are today. We chose Breach and Clear, our only Vita console exclusive, as our pilot release, partially because of the nature of the Vita fan base. Vita fans are true diehards and the most loyal bunch out there. To help me announce this batch of games we're putting out only on the Vita, I'd like to summon to the stage the device that made this possible.
What, are they just inviting a Vita on? What the hell is with the audio?
Bit of Shadow Hedgehog effects there.
First up, this pair of Cyberpunk games is from the same universe. Let's check it out.
Oh, that's interesting.
Neo
style.
San Francisco, 2064 AD. The world is on the cusp of a new form of intelligence, and only you are capable of uncovering the truth behind it all.
Oh, interesting.
Turing, the world's first sapient machine.
It's already got my attention because it's 80s themed.
Bridge rights lawyer with a chip on her shoulder. Lexi Rivers, longtime friend and disenfranchised NSFPD detective. Tomcat, an ace hacker with a
The only thing mysterious
mysterious
past is because they couldn't be both think of a proper backstory.
He's got a deep, dark, and mysterious past.
San Francisco.
So did Batman.
I was about to say, and if you want to find out what it is, you have to find all the Chaos Emeralds.
The biggest secret of them all. Read-only memories. A new cyberpunk adventure.
Why am I so susceptible to 80s stuff? So the moment I'm hearing that synthwave, my mind immediately goes, you need this? God damn.
Glitch City. That shouldn't exist. Why? Because it's a glitch. Let me guess, this is what Bitcoin's going to turn into.
What, a pixel game?
No, a glitch city. There's going to be like a new nation created by the anonymous hackers and whatnot.
See where this goes. Ah, I'm a sucker for synthwave and pixel art. What is going on? I love the way everybody in chat's like, Dave's been programmed to buy 80s games confirmed. I have a weak spot for the 80s. Oh, I don't know what it is, man. It's just chilling out with synthwave, which is really nice.
Whoa! Only in an anime game we see the legs.
Dem thighs?
And people wearing masks are actually women underneath for some weird reason.
Pixel art, synthwave, and thigh highs. That's it. This is my game. Oh, it's got maids as well. Woo!
I love that. Valhalla. What?
Cyberpunk bartender action. That's an interesting one. Oh my god, the full physical release has lots of 80s stuff.
Time to show off one last Vita exclusive, bouncing its way into our lineup this year. If there are any children in the audience, time to cover your face, but peek through your fingers. Let's see what's on the menu.
Wait, what? Oh, hello, sexual themes, partial nudity. Bring it.
Oh god.
I'm gonna get demonetized. Oh, Sin Conqueror! Wait,
is it,
oh my god, it's a rhythmic food cooking game. It's Sin Conqueror. I immediately need this in my life.
Yeah.
I love the way John's only reaction is, what is even going on? I need it.
Reintroducing to the stage, Josh Fairbanks.
There goes Dave's savings. Yep. This E3
That's
is
enough
blowing
for
a
the
hole
Vita
in my
right
wallet.
now. Let's look at what else is coming up on the Switch. And now, to begin the Switchual.
It's funny how that model of the Switch looks more high quality than anything else in the presentation so far.
Nintendo Switch, I'm about to make a very special announcement. This next game we're about to show you is available right now for pre-order on our website, www.limitedrungames.com. Don't stop watching. We've got plenty more to show. Just go ahead and open up the second tab on your monitor that you currently have dedicated to live E3 hot takes from your favorite influencers and content
Or my
creators,
TV.
and go check it out.
What am I supposed to do there?
Without further ado,
Smart TV. Oh?
It's a bit of a Zelda feel. With that dungeon anyway.
Yeah, I was about to say, this looks like it's a mixture of Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild, but with the classic style look that looks a little bit like a Lundra. Still, it looks really cool.
Fishing. That poster.
That Zelda-looking poster.
Yeah.
Oceanhorn, ladies and gentlemen, available right now on our e-commerce website, limitedrungames.com. Now it's important to note that this release was published by our friends at FDG Games.
The Legend of
It is
Clone.
not part of the Limited Run
Everyone's
Games collection,
calling it
but
out.
we've
Bootleg
assisted in releasing this
Zeruda.
as a distributor. So this game will be available as an open pre-order for the next month. The first 5,000 copies that sell will be ready to ship in the next 2 weeks. And any copies sold beyond that will be manufactured
Glad
to
we haven't seen
demand,
any
and that
Battle
will be the
Royale
entire run.
titles.
I'm glad there's no Battle Royale titles yet. Jeez.
Nintendo Switch to add to your physical collection. Go ahead and get one now.
Nah, I don't think there'd be any like that in this stream. This one's full of like actual decent stuff. I think you probably would see that in one of the more cringy larger streams, like EA.
The next two Switch announcements we have to make are ones that have, in part, been cooked up in our own in-house development studio. Occasionally, we'll get our hands dirty and port
I love how it looks pixelated on the screens.
they don't have the resources.
I think that's deliberately done, to be honest.
Here's one many of you may be familiar with, now revealed on Switch for the first time.
It's another one that you're gonna get.
I'm glad it doesn't have synthwave in it. I was just about to say, this is looking like another one of my weaknesses, and then it didn't have synthwave. But it does sound really good anyway.
What? Was that Thanos?
Yeah, I was about to say, was that Thanos?
Thanos with a spec over it.
Great minds think alike. The amount of effort put into this pixel art, man. Jesus.
Oh yeah.
I can just imagine the amount of hours it's taken to do it all. Jen, is it just me, or does that look like your previous art style that you used to do for those characters? Yeah.
Onto the stage.
Oh god, they got take on me playing the mini file.
Oh, everyone's coming out with Thanos now.
It's already been announced, but today we are going to be revealing its release date. Let me welcome to the stage Limited Run CFO Ben Moore. Ben has been a great help in keeping our finances in order and looking for investment opportunities. Today, he'll be helping us announce their release date.
Hey man, anything I can do to help.
Awesome. Now stand right there, and let's get this started.
Right here?
Perfect. Now stand still.
Is that copyrighted soundtrack? Music
I don't know, did they just kill
sound
our accountant?
because that sounded like the one used in Doom.
The digital and physical release
I'm
date
not
for
sure.
Minecraft 25th Anniversary Edition on Switch. From Screaming Villains, the digital release will be live on the eShop soon, and our physical release will be out for sale in July. Moving on from our internal porting efforts, let's look at another Switch game from our partners at Playtonic.
Rated E10 for ages 10 and up.
Hey.
Oh god, Cedric Cargo's on Steam. I have to have a look at that. Oh, ukulele. That got mixed reception as well. Does this version come with the Dramtron DLC? Looks nice and colourful, and I would have laughed if they would actually put it in as a tagline at some point saying, and not featuring John Tron. Just to rub it in. You know. Oh, Team 17.
Shredding onto the stage, it's Pete Biles.
More MIDI music.
This next release is one we want to do since day one of Limited Run Games. This modern classic is a masterpiece in its own right, and since its initial incarnation released in 2008, has inspired countless other games due to its challenge and timeless mechanics. Chances are, this game will only ever be topped by its upcoming sequel. You're going to want to hold on to your seats and make sure you don't get lost now because the walls are shifting.
I can't tell if he said shifty or shit.
The walls are shit. Oh, Spelunky.
Impossible, I thought, as I peered through the brush. Buried under the earth was a forest so lush, filled with flora and fauna and pits large and small. If not for my chute, I'd have died from a fall. Dodging frogs, I descended. The jungle grew dark. I found a lit torch, but it soon lost its spark. Surrounded by darkness, resigned to my fate, my very last bomb revealed an escape. I emerged in a market filled with grumpy old men, hawking wares of all kinds in their clandestine den.
Oh my god.
One had a wrapped box and I couldn't resist. In my hurried excitement, I opened the gift. Next thing I knew, they were shooting at me. Make sure to pay first when you play Spelunky.
Is that trying to be a nod to Dope Pirate?
I have no clue.
No, I just went to open that present and suddenly got shot, and the guy was like saying, make sure you buy first. Like, okay.
On the stage, Sarah Elliott.
Nice life lesson there.
We've got just a few more games to show you today. Created by developers Magnetic Realms and Xseed, we have an old school action adventure game inspired by Commodore 64 and Amiga platformers from the early 90s.
Jan, they mentioned Amiga. And C64 as well.
Discover new life forms and shoot the hell out.
Is it just me or is it like sci-fi Castlevania?
Yeah, how's that feel, doesn't it?
Yeah, immediately I'm just thinking it's sci-fi Castlevania.
Sadly, Castlevania isn't one of those games that I'm aware of, but never really played, so there isn't much I can play. I mean, I've seen one of the YouTubers I tend to watch live streams a lot. He played a bit of Castlevania, or at least variants of it, bootleg stuff. So I'm kind of aware of what it's like. I never got that far. Will you survive and you just see your dead corpse?
I guess that's a no.
Coming in right at the last minute for E3, we have another Japanese title for PlayStation 4 and Vita. This game was heavily inspired by tribute game Scott Pilgrim game. Hope you enjoy it.
Oh, they mentioned Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, I was trying to think, what's he done, if that's what's inspired?
I have no clue. Let's have a look. Is this a waifu beat 'em up in 2D with pixel art and chiptunes? Leave my wallet alone, games companies! Jesus Christ!
Like details, isn't it? When they come, your wallet just suffers because of all the games you want to buy.
Oh. Seriously, my wallet, man, is aching at this point.
Oh, co-op mode. That sounds cool.
Looks just like the Scott Pilgrim game, and I love that.
Oh, it's my cat. Hello.
What was going on?
The cat's nudging my feet. Waiting for him to start biting her. Give it me. Come on, say hello. Meow.
Okay, so waifu battlegrounds. That's another one. God damn it.
This game got announced at E3 last year, and it's my pleasure to finally give it a release date. I hope everyone stops being salty on my Twitter mentions after this, so I can have my social media sanctuary back.
Just entitled Salt and Sanctuary.
Too much salt. Just like most video games. Reminds me of Dishwasher Dead Samurai. In fact, it literally looks like it's made by the same people, maybe.
Oh, I gotta love that dual wielding shotgun at night.
Have you ever played any of the Dishwasher games?
No.
So basically, it's very similar where you play as a zombie samurai guy. You just go around meleeing people. It's interesting. You get like a teleport move as well that allows you to like teleport across the levels really fast. And you got a gun.
That's cool. Customization.
You got a gun and a katana. Yeah, there's customization in this one by the look of it. If it's not by the same company, then it looks very similar. Shut up, Siri. Siri's plugged in and is like, I'm here to help you find Salt in the Sanctuary.
If you're like me and you remember the glory days of the Xbox Live Arcade on Xbox 360, it felt like there was a fresh new indie game being released on the platform every other week. This game was one of my personal favorites from the era, and it brings me a lot of satisfaction to announce that it's coming to the Nintendo Switch, and it will get a physical release from none other.
But then people realised that anyone can make games, so you ended up getting people uploading PowerPoint type games.
Yeah.
This game is also largely the product of a single
And all they did
developer's
was just
labor
walk
of
around
love.
the house taking photos and do
take a
like
look.
some stupid scary game.
Let's see what this one is.
This realm has fallen to fade. We dare not even ask for a hero, for no creature should suffer
easy in the tail.
to mend this broken land.
Humble Hearts.
He leads the greatest army our world has ever known, spilling innocent blood.
Yeah, this
Even
was
now,
really popular
I
on
sense
Xbox
their
Live Arcade, if
footsteps
I remember rightly.
as they march ever closer.
There is a legend, the oldest of Elysian tales. It speaks of a warrior who wields that very blade. You, Dust, will turn the tide.
Well, no pressure or anything.
You will be tested, Dust. An army of thousands stands before us, and they've never been defeated.
Well, let's not keep them waiting.
Oh, yeah. Does look really good, though.
Don't you remember your duty? Don't you remember your friends?
It's kind of annoying that you get some pretty good action, but the quality is done right.
What's that?
You did not know?
The video quality is kind of like gone to shit when
Yeah,
all
I
the
was
big
wondering about that. Whenever they show like lots of action, the video quality just goes through the floor.
Metroidvania.
Yeah, basically, a Metroidvania game is anything similar to Castlevania, Metroid, you name it. You know, the ones where you're given an open-ended map that you can explore and backtrack through.
Alright. Well, in any case, that looked like a really interesting game. It seemed pretty cool.
And now, to close out our ceremonies, let's welcome back one more time, Josh and Douglas.
Thank you to everyone for coming out. And don't forget, we'll be doing a live Q&A session on this stream in just a few minutes. Please enjoy the rest of your E3. And don't forget that Ubisoft's press conference begins at the top of the hour if you'd like to catch up with our boy Yves Guillemot and his gang to see what they've been up to. You may even catch a look at Ubisoft Dreamboat Patrice Desolé. But before we leave, we're going to show you just one more thing.
Hey. Hi. My name is Eddie. I need your help.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm like confused.
That looked like an old style game. I was like, okay, where's this going? And the next bit,
It
nothing.
is an old style game, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Reminds me of Goosebumps. Yeah, the Goosebumps game that I've got in the other room. This came from Horrorland.
It's basically like them Ripper games and Tex Murphy.
It's us.
So much
Limited Run right here. We're watching the press conference over here. Thanks for coming out and watching it on twitch.tv/limitedrungames.com. We're excited that you guys did all
Go and ask them, John, why they have purple Thanos in there.
We're here to
Or rather, purple fat
when they
Thanos.
pop up in the
I know
stream.
Thanos is purple already, but
I think
that one just came out wrong.
In the meantime,
I'm just
is
like,
kinda what's everybody
think of
excited
something,
for in
think
the
of
room,
something
like,
Thanos.
Senran Kagura. Oh yeah.
Senran Kagura, man. I love the way they're all.
Dust, man. That game is.
They're all smirking when they mention Senran Kagura.
On Xbox 360, it was one of my favorite games. Right next to Shadow Complex.
Got a dog.
I just am so
Dog,
excited
office
to
dog
finally get that game
confirmed.
out. Me and Douglas
Best company so far because they actually have a dog.
We're not furries. You know? To like dust.
No,
you
it's
know?
not cool. At least it kind of looks a little bit like one, but.
I had a pretty beefy beard before.
I saw somebody asked about Sakai Project. I saw that one
The
pop in
Sakai
twice.
Project games. So we announced about a year, actually like 2 years ago now, when I was at E3 in 2015 or 2016.
Well, someone loves the
that,
Sonic
we were doing
emotes.
some visual novels for the Sakai Project. Those are
Keep seeing that one that has his eyes split, so it kind of looks
I
derpy.
keep seeing Battle Garaga come up, and all I have to say about Battle Garaga is stay tuned. There's
So
a
that's
lot
the
of stuff
QA.
inside,
I'm gonna go and check
a lot
and
of
see
big
when
stuff
Ubisoft's
that
conference is because I
we
swear
didn't
it's
have
really
to
slow.
announce during
I mean, not really slow, really soon.
We've got plenty of stuff coming
My
soon.
mind is just melting now. Too much E3 goodness. Right, I'll switch over. That's more or less the end of that stream. There's just the Q&A in the background. So, we'll be back momentarily with Ubisoft stuff. Hope you've enjoyed.